Question 1. Which Azure storage redundancy option provides 3 synchronous copies of your data across 3 distinct Azure availability zones within a single Azure region? Option A. Locally redundant storage, LRS. Option B. Geo-redundant storage, GRS. Option C. Zone redundant storage, ZRS. Option D. Read Access Geo-redundant storage, RAGRS. The correct answer is Zone Redundant Storage, ZRS. Here's the explanation. ZRS is designed to protect against data center level failures within a region by synchronously replicating 3 copies of data across 3 separate availability zones within that region. LRS provides copies within a single data center, and GRS/RA-GRS replicate across regions. Question 2. Which storage redundancy option utilizes asynchronous replication to a geographically separate secondary region, implying a potential for a non-zero recovery point objective, RPO, during a regional failover? Option A. Locally redundant storage, LRS. Option B. Zone redundant storage, ZRS. Option C. Geo-redundant storage, GRS. Option D. Premium locally redundant storage, PLRS. The correct answer is Geo-redundant storage, GRS. Here's the explanation. GRS and RAGRS uses asynchronous replication for its copies in the secondary region. This means there's a slight delay between when data is written to the primary and when it arrives in the secondary, leading to a non-zero RPO, potential data loss, in the event of a primary region failover. Question 3. A development team needs to store temporary data for a non-production environment. The data is not mission critical, can be easily regenerated, and the team is highly cost sensitive. They require protection against common hardware failures, but not against an entire data center or region-wide outage. Which Azure storage redundancy option is most suitable? Option A. Geo-redundant storage, GRS. Option B. Read Access Geo-redundant storage, RAGRS. Option C. Zone redundant storage, ZRS. Option D. Locally redundant storage, LRS. The correct answer is locally redundant storage, LRS. Here's the explanation. LRS is the lowest cost option, providing 3 synchronous copies of data within a single physical data center. This protects against common hardware failures within that data center and is suitable for non-critical or easily regenerable data where maximum durability and regional protection are not required. Question 4. What is the primary purpose of Microsoft Entra ID, formerly Azure Active Directory? Option A. To manage on-premises domain-joined computers using Kerberos authentication. Option B. To provide cloud-based identity and access management for cloud and on-premises resources. Option C. To host virtual machines and network infrastructure in the Azure cloud. Option D. To serve as a direct cloud replacement for Active Directory Domain Services, ADDS. The correct answer is to provide cloud-based identity and access management for cloud and on-premises resources. Here's the explanation. Microsoft Entra ID is Microsoft's cloud-based identity and access management (IAM) service, central to securing and managing access to resources in the cloud and on-premises. It is a distinct cloud-native service, not a direct replacement for on-premises ADDS. Question 5. An organization wants to enforce that users must use multi-factor authentication, MFA, when accessing sensitive applications from an untrusted location. Which Microsoft Entra ID feature would be used to implement this policy? Option A. Privileged Identity Management, PIM. Option B. Azure AD Connect. Option C. Conditional access. Option D. Identity protection. The correct answer is Conditional access. Here's the explanation. Conditional access is a policy engine allowing if-then statements to enforce access controls, like requiring MFA, based on conditions such as user, location, device state, application, and sign-in risk. Question 6. Which of the following scenarios is best addressed by Microsoft Entra B2B collaboration? Option A. Managing identities for consumers accessing a public-facing e-commerce application. Option B. Synchronizing on-premises Active Directory users to Microsoft Entra ID. Option C. Providing secure access to specific applications and resources for external partners and vendors using their own credentials. Option D. Enabling just-in-time access for privileged administrative roles within an Azure subscription. The correct answer is, quote, providing secure access to specific applications and resources for external partners and vendors using their own credentials. Here's the explanation. B2B collaboration, guest users, is designed to securely invite external users, partners, vendors, to access specific applications and resources in your Entra ID tenant without creating full internal accounts. Question 7. A user is required to enter their password and then scan their fingerprint to log in to a sensitive application. Which two types of authentication factors are being used in this scenario? Option A. Something you have and something you know. Option B. Something you know and something you are. Option C. Something you are and something you have. Option D. Something you know and something you do. The correct answer is something you know and something you are. Here's the explanation. A password is a something you know knowledge factor. A fingerprint scan is a biometric, which falls under something you are inherence factor. Question 8. Which of the following accounts should always have multi-factor authentication, MFA, enabled as a fundamental security best practice in any cloud environment? Option A. Guest user accounts for external collaboration. Option B. Cloud provider root or global administrator accounts. Option C. Read-only user accounts for monitoring. Option D. Service accounts used by non-critical applications. The correct answer is cloud provider root or global administrator accounts. Here's the explanation. The root account, e.g., AWS root user, Azure Global Administrator, Google Cloud Organization Administrator, holds the highest level of permissions. Implementing MFA for these accounts is a fundamental security best practice universally recommended by all cloud providers. Question 9. An organization is implementing MFA for its users. Which MFA method is generally considered less secure compared to authenticator apps or hardware tokens due to potential risks like SIM swapping? Option A. FIDO2 security keys. Option B. Biometric authentication, e.g., Windows Hello for Business. Option C. Time-based one-time passwords, TOTP, from a smartphone app. The correct answer is SMS-based one-time passwords, OTP. Here's the explanation. While better than no MFA, SMS-based MFA, OTP via text message is generally considered less secure than authenticator apps or hardware tokens due to risks like SIM swapping attacks. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.